Many of us who lived through the 80s remember this one. Anyone have a guess? I know I had a cringeworthy one back in the day in high school. We're talking about perms.
Look at you!
So all these celebs, that's me at 16 with my first car. And so, and that's me at my high school graduation. Thank you for that. But the thing about perms is we all had them back in the 80s. The idea is they're coming back. Celebrities like Olivia Munn, Jamie King are posting these all over Instagram. And there's some really hot new salons in West Hollywood and New York that are claiming that this is the 2018 perm. And so the idea is that you're using different types of rods. You might be placing them in a different direction. You're trying to tailor it much more to the face. And at least a couple salons that released the formulas to me, at least from what I could see, they seem a little bit more dilute. They seem to maybe have a lower concentration of some of the things we know to be damaging to your hair, like hydrogen peroxide and ammonia. But the bottom line for a perm is the way it's going to work is that it's going to change the sulfide bonds of your hair. So just to remember back to high school chemistry, we all have bonds in our hair. When you wrap that hair around a rod, first chemical you put on disrupts the bonds, and then the second chemical reestablishes them much more tightly. And then they stay in a curled position. So this is the only long-term way to curl your hair. But the downside is when you recreate those bonds, you're never ever going to put them back 100% the way they were. So no matter what you do, a perm is going to damage you a little bit. You're never going to have that 100% hair strength that you used to have. But I have to say, this is kind of a fun new trend to bring back. So I loved seeing those photos. I was really nostalgic looking back at high school, and it's a fun way to give yourself some more curl. So I think if you go in informed and you know how to really protect your hair with the right products after your perm, I would call this a buzz.
Okay. Good news, Mike. We don't have to cancel our perm appointments.
So what do you think? Do you prefer curly hair,
I'm not going to lie. I hear a
think?
little bit of bias in your opinion on this one because you love your perm back in the day, but that's okay.
Well, what do you think?
I think that the way that a woman or a man styles their hair is really based on the structure of their face and what they look like in totality. So I think some people look fantastic with curly hair, but I also think some body types look amazing with straight hair. It's all about experimenting and figuring out what works for you and have fun with it because that's the most important part.
Changing it up every now and then.
Yeah.
You change, and if you get yourself in a psychological rut, maybe changing something up, even the length of your hair or the hairstyle may reboot you and put you in a little better mood.
And that's the go-to for relationship changes, right? You change your hair. It's the first thing you do as a female.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's all about the clean break. In fact, I cut that perm off after a breakup. So
So when you see a woman, and it's not all the time, but guys, if you see a lady and she had really long hair, now it's short, or it was straight, now it's curly, you should ask, so how's your life? How are things going? Like, yeah.
What I learn on the doctors. My goodness.